Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So let's go ahead and get started with the forecast for the collective. This is, as most of you know by now, if you've been on my channel, this is for September of 2023. However, it is also timeless. So what I mean by that is you can still watch this at any point in time, any day, any week, any month, any year, and messages can still apply. And that is the same with any of my readings that I do. What I mean by that is if you come across this and it's not September of 2023 and you feel drawn to it, you can still watch this. You can apply the general message to the time of whenever you happen to come across this if you feel drawn to it. You could also treat it as a pick a card if you want to by clicking on the week you feel drawn to, and of course the timestamps will be down below in the description box. Or for example, like if you see this and it's February, if you're in week 4 of February, you can also click on week 4 in this. You know, there's a few ways you can use my readings because they're all meant to be timeless. However, yes, this is also for September of 2023. So what I will be doing is I will be doing a general reading for the month and then general message for the month, and then I will get into each week. My daughter is in the room right across from me watching her show, so I had the door open. You might hear her from time to time because I'm still trying to keep an eye on her too. So let's get started. Let me get a sip of water real quick first. Okay, so this is the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle deck. And yes, even though it's for love, love is an energy, it's a frequency. It doesn't always have to refer specifically to romantic love. It could be moving, acting from, living life in a place of love, the energy of love, whatever needs to come through. Let's go ahead and see. Messages. Truth be told. Okay, and also September is the month 9. The energy of 9 is of closing of a chapter, spiritual growth, spiritual lessons, epiphany, awakening energy, and breakthroughs, things of that nature. Now, the first message we have for September is karmic relationship. So we may be dealing with the energy of karmic lessons, in particular when it comes to relationships with other people during September. But the good news is for the majority of us, it's a lesson or a chapter that is beginning to close. And the reason I say it's good news is because it needs to close so that you can evolve, so that you can learn a lesson and move forward. With all of that though, there may still be some emotional triggers that come up. It doesn't mean it's all smooth sailing or easy, but that's also because we learn some of the most important lessons through challenges. We make some of the most important growth within ourselves when we are challenged, when there's an obstacle to overcome. Spirit is saying that September is bringing a lot of evolution. A lot of us are evolving. I just saw a Pokemon ball, so a lot of us are like evolving. I take that as like a Pokemon evolves, it changes, so we are changing. Let's get one more message. Yeah, and I do also see the message of I like you. And then what I heard Spirit say is, do you like you? So yes, this could be confirmation that someone in particular does like you, or it could even be for confirmation for some people that like a group of people like you. Maybe it's your subscribers or followers or clients, for example, however it resonates. But the reason I feel like Spirit is saying, but do you like you, is it can be great to know that someone else likes you or people like you, but at the end of the day, it only matters if you like yourself. And so September is a time of evolving into and doing the work and the growth to become a version of self that you like. And if you already like yourself, that's great. Keep on the path that you've been on. But for those of you that have been struggling with it, then take this as a sign of you continuing to evolve into or do the work or do the healing or get the therapy or whatever it may be to evolve into a version of self that you do like. Because it's most important that you like yourself. Let's go ahead and see what else comes through. This is the Egyptian tarot. Another message for the overall energy of the month before we get into each week. I don't know if you guys can hear my daughter, but she was in the room. She's in the room going go, 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 go. So I take that as a sign of it may be time to get going with something, get moving. Some of you, this is a sign to take action on something you've been considering. For some of you, this is a time to act on inspiration or make a change. For others of you, this could be a sign to travel or move or relocate or get out of something, to go, to get going, to go. However it's resonating for you when the time comes. Okay, so we also have, it's the Eight of Swords reversed. This is what it looks like upright, but it was reversed. So I that's a good thing, because feels like that breakthrough energy, because it feels like during September, like we were talking about, closing of chapters, closing of karmic lessons, karmic relationships, karmic cycles, whatever it is for you. It feels like we're coming out of what felt like some form of trigger or danger. Danger doesn't always have to be physical or anything like that, but it could also be just like when you felt emotionally unsafe or just unheard or unseen or not taken care of. Maybe you were previously feeling very overwhelmed and drained and frustrated. Maybe you felt defeated about something, but with Eight of Swords reversed, I feel like September is slowly making progress to coming out of that previously. Like you're coming out of that darkness energy and into the light. What I just saw through my clairvoyance was a scene in the Sex and the City movie. And remember, well, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, then you wouldn't remember. But there's a scene basically when Carrie, who had been depressed because of what happened at her wedding and the wedding not happening, basically she began to crack a joke and smile, and she laughed for like the first time in a long time. That I feel is symbolic for an energy that I'm picking up on, that whatever was bothering you before, whatever was causing you turmoil or sadness or frustration before, it's like you're coming into cracking that smile, laughing again for the first time, symbolically speaking. Or maybe for some of you it's more literal, but I feel that. Let's get another message. We have a message of temperance. That kind of goes along with just what I said. Healing, taking care of yourself, still moving slowly, still practicing self-care, self-love, learning to like yourself. And I also heard Spirit say feeling appreciated. You feeling appreciated. This could be because of somebody showing you appreciation, but it could also be just you feeling appreciated because you're seeing yourself from a new perspective, or you're seeing your life or the little things in your life from a new and different perspective is what I just heard. And it's like you are even appreciating things like the sunshine, you know? That's what I get as far as overall messages for the month, but let's get into each week now. Now, week one is still part of that healing process. I see heartbroken. So there is an energy of some people feeling lost or hurt or doing some form of grief work, which can come in many different forms for many different reasons. Grief can come about. Some may be separating from something or someone that was familiar, like feeling separate, disassociating with someone or something. Even if it's a mindset or behavior from before that was causing yourself hurt. For some of you, this could be people, or like I said, a situation that just wasn't working out, maybe a job or environment or something like that. Some of you may not be the one feeling heartbroken, but you may have people in your life around you that are carrying some kind of a wound, and so it's like impacting you as well because you have to interact with them, or you care about them, or you just pick up on their vibe. So that's coming up with week 1. It's a feeling of trying to navigate through some form of a wound or disappointment, that kind of a thing. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which came up reversed for week 1. This is what it looks like upright. And I feel like there's a lot of people struggling with some self-esteem. There's some self-esteem issues in week 1. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's someone else in your life, like I said, or someone around you, but it's impacting you. But either way, what Spirit is saying is that I'm seeing someone looking back, like looking backwards, like behind them. And because of that, they're not seeing like what they're about to step on in the path before them, or they're not seeing where to go in the path before them because they're too busy looking backwards. And what Spirit is saying is turn around and look at where you're going, not where you were. Turn around and look at where you're going, and not necessarily, dwelling in the past. Or some people are getting too stuck in the feeling of nostalgia or memories or history with someone and something, and they're not seeing that, again, that they're evolving and that they are going on a different path now, whether that's by choice or whether that's by force because of circumstances in life that have changed. So stop looking back. You need to turn around and pay attention to where you're going. That's what I'm getting for week 1. Going into week 2, we have the message of the Hammer. Repairs is what I heard Spirit say. So many of us are focusing on repairing something, rebuilding, building something up, whether it's like your own emotions, whether it's something about yourself or your perspective, working on something, working on yourself, working on relationships. Some people may actually be like building something, like building a business or repairs on the home or something physical as well, building something. But for the most part, I feel like it's mostly about like a symbolic way of rebuilding, repairing, working on something, and realizing the places where you yourself may have self-sabotaged, or realizing the places where other people are self-sabotaging. That is something like those kinds of realizations are coming up in week 2 as well. And then that is all good because after that we have the Empress, where with this Empress energy, it's taking on that vibration of getting ready to give birth to something new. So for some people, this is symbolic in terms of giving birth to a new chapter in life, or a new idea, or a new project, or a new relationship, or maybe even just like a makeover or something, inward or outward makeover. And then for other people, this could be working on yourself so that you are prepared to be a example or to nurture a child. For some of you, you may be finding out the energy of pregnancy is around, in the literal sense for some people, and other people it's more symbolic in week 2. But it's like this energy of, you know what, you need to get back up and try again, because whatever it was that was either being sabotaged or you're basically realizing in certain areas of life where things were not working out and why that was. Like there's a lot of that energy of realizations coming through for week 2. Going into week 3, we have heart with a key. So for those that have had their heart kind of closed off in some way, it's opening up. Many are realizing when they have had a lack of patience, and now maybe you're developing more patience or working on it, even if it's still a struggle. Welcoming the energy of the new, opening up your heart to the new. Some of you may be wanting to reconnect with people or someone. I'm seeing like festivities. I know that in the US we will be getting closer to like Halloween or Dia de los Muertos or something like that. So it could be too that maybe people are preparing for some festivities or feeling excited about holiday festivities around this time, like the energy of holiday cheer. And I'm definitely seeing people putting photos up on an altar to honor their loved ones that have transitioned. So some of you are actually doing that literally, and some of you this is more symbolic for you may be remembering or reminiscing or going down memory lane about someone in your own way that may have transitioned to the great beyond. Maybe it's a fur baby, pet, or familiar for some people if it's not a person. We also have the 5 of Wands, so there is a lot of change in the air. You know, there may be little frustrations or little things like annoying you. So some people may be feeling like either nitpicky or just easily frustrated during this time. So just be mindful of a short fuse or being like try your best to catch your temper. For some of you, you may be dealing with other people with a temper, so just keep in mind that they have a short fuse during this time due to whatever reason that may be: stress, frustration, hurt, pain, just whatever, hormones, whatever it may be. So just be mindful of that and try not to take things so personally during this time, and try to catch yourself ahead of time before situations potentially blow up bigger than needed or necessary. Like trying not to make a big deal out of nothing, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's like these obstacles and challenges, they're minor for the most part, like things that can be overcome. They're more annoying than anything right now, but they're temporary. And for some of you, it may still be a challenge to continue to open your heart or to be social or to get out of a comfort zone, but Spirit is encouraging you to do so, to connect with people, with community, with tribe, with family, friends, loved ones, family. I already said family, you know, things like that. Also for some of you in week 3, yeah, we're on week 3, I feel like there's more clarity around your person. Like, not necessarily the person, okay, how to explain this? Okay, when I say there's more clarity around your person, what I mean is for some of you, you have more clarity about what you need in your person that would be your life partner. You're more clear about that, so you may be releasing anyone who is not that. For others of you, you may be getting clarity from like your partner, like clarifying something or seeing something more clearly. And for others of you, like I'm getting an energy of you may be meeting someone that could be your person in the sense of potentially life partner. And it's so clear because you don't have to question it. You're not wondering. It feels right on both sides. It's mutual on both sides. Both people wanting something at the same time on both sides. for some. So it's going to mean different things for different people. Take whatever resonates with you, or when the time comes, or maybe this will make sense later. But going into week 4, I have the message of the chaser. Remember, what you chase will run. So don't chase people or situations that are not choosing to stay or that want to go elsewhere. Some people may be realizing that their fears of abandonment have been impacting them, and so they're either working on it or explaining it or getting the help they need. And for other people, they're just it's kind of a time of introspection for some people as well. For a smaller select group of people that I'm just tuning into for week 4, Spirit wants you to know that just because you're wondering about someone who chased you, pursued you, and then once you opened up to it, once they got you, they stopped doing so. And what Spirit is saying is for this small select group of people, not who's seeing this is not for everybody, this part, that they were in a sense like sports fishing. Like they enjoyed the challenge, they enjoyed the chase. They weren't necessarily looking to keep it, or for some people it's not even like a planned thing. It's kind of a subconscious thing that they do this, that they're not actually ready for someone who is ready for them, or vice versa. So their comfort zone was the distance. Their comfort zone was the like the obstacles that were preventing from fully being together. But when the chance to fully be together came, they didn't want to keep the fish and then clean it up and then prepare it and work on it. They wanted to send it back. So all of that was symbolic for whoever needed to hear it for week 4. That's only a select group of people though. And then we also have the 9 of Wands. So was it the word I'm hearing? I think the Spirit is saying respite. I think they're saying, and I think what that basically means is some form of rest. So rest and relaxation, pausing before moving forward into the next chapter, pausing and reflecting and recovering before taking a next step as a chapter is closing, because again, this is the 9. Week 4, there's a little bit of a feeling of like a thickness or a heaviness in the air that may be due to, just spiritually speaking, to the veil getting thinner, I mean. So there may be extra energy around because of further portals opening, the veil being thinner, further truth being revealed, things that were hidden coming to light, and more shadow work, a lot more shadow work happening, because there's a balance coming of the shadow and the light, which are both needed in their own way. So some of that thickness, that heaviness, is due to the extra energy that's coming about and being felt in week 4. But it is also, again, in order to prepare the path for what's coming next, for the next step in the journey. And I'm seeing somebody crossing a bridge. So however that resonates with you, symbolically speaking of crossing the bridge over from one side to the other, that's something I'm being shown. So hopefully this was helpful. Comment below how it's resonating with you. Some people watch this week by week, so how are things playing out for you as the weeks are going on? Like this video if you feel called to do so. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. And of course, you could always tip by buying me a coffee for the reading for the energy exchange. That information is down below in the description as well. In addition to where you can go to book a personal reading with me, which is my website. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.